What's good with it in the hood with it? Welcome back to the Collective Clips where you already know we get it in. But before we get it in, let's hit the like and subscribe button. Ding! Put your notification bell on all so that way you're directed in the direction of the dope content I am kicking. And I highly appreciate all the support, man. We're going up on this channel and it's all because of you. And for that, I can say I'm very humbled, man. And I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. I couldn't do without you. Now, trip out on this, right? Man, the people were going crazy yesterday asking me all kinds of questions. I got a gang of DMs, man, asking me, hey, Gun, did you see the video Dubs put out about Wes Watson? And I said I did, man. In fact, I did take the time to sit down when I wasn't working and when I wasn't dealing with children. And I sat back, man, and I peeked it out. And I could say, you know, hey, everything that he said was on point. Everything that Wes did was not on point, right? I guess it was on his point, but here's the point, man. It's time to roast this motherfucker, right? Straight up. I've been being a nice guy. It's time to pull my sleeves up and really let him know what it is. You know, I've been telling people for a long time, there's no hatred involved when I talk about Wes Watson. I just see bullshit. When I see bullshit and I smell it, I'm gonna let you know exactly what I smell, man. And it ain't pleasant, okay? And I guess Wes Watson decided to go on a panel like he does and let his narcissist ways fucking just spew out to everybody. It was on full display for everyone to see it. So anyways, he goes on this Fresh and Fit podcast or open panel with several different individuals. Some that are into fitness, some that are into just trying to get their life together for whatever reason. Everybody in the world, everyone in life has a different story. And everyone on that stage had a different story. Some people, you know, have money. Some people came from nothing. Some people were born with a lot of something or a little bit of something. Some people are just content in their life, living paycheck to paycheck and daily. But the whole discussion was based upon, you know, people telling their life stories and what they had going on. Now, we all know how Wes made it. He faked it till he made it. Okay, let's just be honest with you. All his stories and everything he said, hey, fucking Stevie Wonder can see through his shit. Anyone who's been incarcerated, who's been locked up, knows that he lies, okay? Knows that for a fact, 1,000,000%, almost 99% of the stories he tells are fucking fake. Now, of course, hey, if people want to see the Great White Hope and they want to see this individual go up there and lie to him or lie to him through YouTube, I mean, hey, it's entertaining. I'm not going to lie. It went from being a prison genre-based channel of him trying to scare some individuals into, I guess, changing to more so comedy hour with Wes, right? We literally got to see that man's hair grow back over time. He went from a bald white man to fucking the sponsor of fucking hair plugs just for men, okay? His shit is on speed dial. He has that dial-up hair. He had the dial-up hairline. Him and Adam must have the same doctor because all of a sudden they went from nothing to Carlos Boozer. You know what I mean? That's how fucking Wes's hair fucking just came back. The comeback was real. His hair double backed. And I guess someone on this Fresh and Fitness panel, Wes wasn't taking too kindly to. He done did it. He done irked Wes. He got on Wes's last nerve because he called the bullshit out. Now, everybody's different. And Wes is the type of person that will bully you if he knows he can or if he thinks he can. And those are the type of individuals that get found out about in prison. This is how I know Wes wasn't where he says he was and didn't conduct himself the way he said he did. And quietly as it's kept, I know people that were locked up with Wes in Oklahoma on those yards, and they said that motherfucker just sat in the corner and did dips. Okay, he wasn't the man, the shot caller, the llavero, the key holder. You're gonna get your fucking hands dirty like the rest of us. He wasn't Bottles. You know what I'm saying? He was shaped like a Coke bottle. That motherfucker was in there just holding on like En Vogue, doing what he can. He was just another one of the fellas, brother. Okay, he wasn't doing too much and he wasn't doing too little. He never participated in the reindeer games, never went to the shoe, never did an extensive amount of hole time. He might have been to the hole maybe once or twice, you know what I'm saying, for getting caught fishing. But as far as out there doing pegadas and putting in work, if you notice, every single story he tells, it's always about someone else doing something. It's never about him in a hands-on situation. He's never did that. He wasn't about that, didn't live that life, and ain't nothing wrong with that. That's not what makes you king or makes you cool, that you were in prison stabbing other men. Hey, being in prison doesn't make you cool, okay? But he's made his livelihood off being in prison. So anyway, he's on this Fresh and Fit panel, and he decides to start bullying a guy. What makes it just crazy is I've heard and I've even seen many a times where Wes Watson has treated his clientele or these people that look up to him for whatever fucking reason, right? People that see that he's big and swole and got money, so that makes him like a god amongst men. Oh, if he could do it, I could do it. No, you don't want to do it like he does it, because everything around him is fakery. Everything around him, like my cousin said, whopping, it's just an optical illusion. It's just an optical illusion. All the way from the hair to the fingernails, okay? All the way from the tight ass pants to the man merce he's wearing. All that shit is an optical illusion. All that rah, high power, I'll stab you on the yard, shot calling, all that went out the window when he seen P. Diddy and he turned into a fuck fanboy. Did you notice that? My life is a movie. Yes, the type of movie that Adam just performed in. It's called a porn, only it's men on men. Okay, now, which ain't nothing wrong with that. If that's the way you go, Wes, then that's the way you surely roll, right? You like things crammed up your asshole anyways. So we know. We'll call a spade when we see one. Now, this man's popularity blew up over talking about sticking things in his ass. This man's popularity blew up by yelling and spitting at the camera. This man's popularity blew up by bullshitting people that are not of the understanding of what prison politics really are, what it really is. Okay, people that scream and yell at the top of their lungs and belittle and treat other people fucking with no respect, they don't make it very long. I don't give a fuck how big you are. Okay, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. David beat the shit out of Goliath, busted his shit with a rock. Let me tell you right now, right off the top, it doesn't matter what ethnicity you are. Them white men, them real soldados, them real white woods, them skins, they would have dusted that dude immediately. I don't give a fuck how many veins are popping out in his forehead. You know, the only thing veins are good for in prison is to shoot up. That's it. And that's real talk. So this guy gets on this panel and he starts to tell his story. And Wes takes a dislike to it, a distaste, a sourpuss taste in his mouth. And so he starts going off on this guy and starts to belittle this man and try to punk him. Basically, he punked him. But this guy wasn't going out like this. This guy started to question Wes and said, you know, why are you raising your voice? Why are you yelling? Do you think you're cool because you have money? Because with Wes, it's all superficial. He's a very superficial person. It's all about money. If you don't have money, you ain't shit. Well, guess what, man? I know a lot of people that don't have it like that live paycheck to paycheck, that wake up every single morning and put their shoes on. Hey, as long as they're putting a roof over their children's heads, as long as they're providing, they're taking care of the kids, that's a man's man. That's a real motherfucker right there. Okay? As long as he's content in his life and he's not complacent, he's going out there and he's getting it, that's a real one. Now, if he's being lazy and fucking kicking it like a fucking dummy, on the couch all day playing PlayStation, well, now that's a different story. But if he's really getting to the product, getting to the money, getting to the bag, doing something with his life, you staying moving smooth with a purpose, I can't be mad at him. I can't be mad at him either way because I can't judge the next man. See, but Wes seems to believe you have to be some fucking Greek god and you have to be on swole. Your steroids would do that for you. Let's keep it real. Hair plugs for men, steroids. I mean, when are you not going to be fake? Lying to people. I've seen several times, and there's been several complaints. These people that signed up for his course or his fucking how to fucking become a millionaire overnight or how to fucking take care of your life. If you need another man to yell at you and spit on you to motivate you, yeah, you're on your Richard Simmons shit. If you need another man to spit on you to motivate you to go out there and go to work, well, homie, I don't know what's wrong with you. You're worse than he is. And he's seen a lane and found a lane for it. That's how he became a millionaire. That's how he got his money. Because he found lummy-dummy individuals that have bad self-esteem, that like grown, strange men with hair plugs in to yell at him. Now, when this guy on this panel mentioned Wes's head and he started to fight back, you know, because he wasn't going to go out like that being bullied. Oh, Wes went off the top, rose up all out of his chair, started screaming at this guy, talk about this guy's broke, he's a joke. He has Teletubby titties. He has no money. And then went as far as to disrespect the LGBTQ community. To call this guy the F word. With the rhymes with the rag. You know what it is. The derogatory term towards a gay man that people like to use. That I can't because I got to be politically correct. I don't want to be canceled, right? But he fucking even called him that. Now let's focus on that for a minute. This is coming from a man who constantly crams things in his asshole. This comes from a man who hoops things that you don't even have to hoop. Okay? There's no one in prison that hoops their fucking 128G or anything on the main line that keeps it on them at all times. Hey, I've been locked up with some high-powered cellies, righteous ones, real ones, okay, that have been on them yards, been in the shoes, everywhere, man. I've been to several holes in several places myself, and I can tell you right now, at any given time, if you tell a homeboy, drop your 128G, he's going to say, whoopin'? Ain't no motherfucker hooping their 128G. You can just take it out to yard in your hand. You don't have to transfer somewhere from fucking Donovan to Oklahoma and hoop your 128G, stupid. You can just fucking carry it with you. Put it in your property. It's that simple. It's that serious. There's nobody gonna say, if your celly says, hey, Holmes, where's your 128G? You sock that motherfucker in his mouth for even getting at you sideways, asking about your paperwork. He might throw his paperwork on the bed and say, hey, homie, and then you already know you're supposed to produce yours. That's usually how it goes. No one asks, hey, where's your paperwork, punk? That ain't the way it goes. This ain't no movie. My life's a movie. Yeah, we know. Okay? A weird movie. A strange movie. So anyways, he decides he wants to go off on this guy and talk his high-powered shit and spit and come all out the chair and make himself look fucking foolish. Okay, for someone who's having money, for someone who has some type of respect, for someone who's out there getting it, he seems very concerned when people call his bullshit, when they expose him, when they ask him a question. Okay, so what if that man doesn't have money? Wes was screaming, I have more money than you. I have more money than you. That's his claim to fame. That's what he does to everyone. I have more money than you. So what? Who gives a fuck? You know, hey, you were able to con people and utilize people that have low self-esteem. Wow. You're a good guy, man. You're a good, solid dude. You're nothing but a convict, ex-convict displaying ex-convict ways. Because instead of going out there and really getting to your bag and really trying to help people and really spreading a positive message, you're a wolf in sheep's clothing. You spread positive messages in the guise of fucking, oh, this guy who cares. But to tell you the truth, Wes has told you several times, he don't give a fuck about you, me, or anyone else. He don't give a fuck about his women. He don't give a fuck about nothing. He gave a fuck about P. Diddy, though, right? Oh, yeah, he gave a fuck about that. Even in the midst of what was going on with P. Diddy. Now, let me tell you what a real one would do. You know, these guys are frauds. A real one would have definitely fucking seen P. Diddy and either did one or two things. Either got off where he was mad at or just walked the other direction and had nothing to do with that guy. Hey, not my life is a movie. Hey, you like my man purse? You like my man purse, right? You know, damn, Diddy, I like your tan. Come on now. That guy probably invited him to his home. He's trying to go to a Diddy party. He wants to see what happens past 1 a.m. Well, guess what? Usher and Neo and Meek Mill will tell you. It's right up your alley, Wes. Or they'll go right up your alley. But again, Wes likes that. He's told everyone. This man disrespected that dude and called that dude a derogatory name. Okay? I mean, I've seen where, and there was a story, and I'm going to tell you guys the story. I came across it. Where he's exposing Wes, man, for the sham and the shame he is, right? For the fraud he is. Because this guy sent Wes an absorbent amount of money. You know, I mean, who would send you thousands of dollars? Who would send thousands of dollars for a man to yell at him? But anyways, this guy decided to do it. And like I said, maybe he was down on his luck and he thought fucking Wes screaming at him, doing a personal video and screaming at him would help him or motivate him. I don't know. Right? I've never seen it, but whatever. So he gets at Wes and tries to get a hold of Wes for this $2,000, $3,000 he sent Wes. And when he finally does get a hold of him, Wes tells him, what the fuck do you want? Why are you calling me? And this guy's like, hey, bro, I sent you this money and I didn't get this part of my course. And Wes said, I don't give a fuck what you got. You're a fucking pencil neck punk. This, and that. Goes in on him. Things that any ex-convict would not utilize the words. See, ex-convicts that have really been around on 4 yards or 3 yards, like Wes has claimed, they don't use the word punk or bitch or sucker, nothing like that. Because let me tell you why. You're trained to weed those words out. You just don't do that. If you can't let those type of words infuse your fucking vernacular, because if you do and you slip and you call someone that, that's your life on the line. One slippage of the word can get you killed. I mean, if you guys know Phantom from the Fresno Bulldogs, man, he tells us a story where he killed his celly for his celly calling him stupid or dumb. Probably in jest and just having fun. Ah, man, you're stupid, fool, right? Next thing you know, he was choking him out. He got stupid. He got stupid doodle dumb like a Mac Dre song in that cell. Because he took it as disrespect or whatever reasoning he had behind it. He utilized that one word that guy said slipping out of his mouth to choke him a little bit, to kill him, ultimately kill him. So Wes saying these words constantly lets me know he ain't never been nowhere. Now, it's already been exposed. He hasn't. And like I said, prison is not the measuring stick, but to Wes, it seems to be the measuring stick. And when this guy on this panel, this Fresh and Fit panel, told him, hey, bro, you think prison makes you a man? You think going to prison, you're cooler than everyone else? Fuck yeah! Wes thinks he is. He thinks that's the measuring stick of a man is having went to prison. No, I'm here to tell you the measuring stick of a man is someone who works hard. Someone who goes out there and gets it for his family. You know, someone who treats others with respect and is that, you know, that role model for his kids or for everyone else. Someone who sheds a positive light, someone who's optimistic and not pessimistic. You know, everyone's different. Everyone's not built for tough. Some people are down on themselves. Some people do have low self-esteem. When I see someone with low self-esteem, I build them up. I try to pinpoint and show them the direction to go and the things that are good about them. The positives, not the negatives. I don't yell and spit and talk shit and call them a punk. And anyone can do it. Anyone can make it. Yeah, anyone on steroids can make it. Anyone who lies and steals from people and scams them for the money can make it. It's very simple and very easy. I don't know what bullshit Wes has told people to make people believe that he's somebody when I'm trying to tell you he's just a regular man on roids. That's all he is. And hair plugged for men. We can't forget that. Because for some reason, when you mention that, he looks like Carlos Boozer. This motherfucker gets all upset, right? Because, hey, the fakery and the shaky and the bakery, when it comes out, you know, Talladega Nights. That's all I got to say about that. But him going in and calling this dude the F word, okay? That was uncalled for, man. That's about as low as you can go, Wes. For someone who I thought was an advocate and looked the part, you know, some of these clothing he wears, I thought he went to the Rainbow Factory. I thought he was on his Richard Simmons shit, and I wasn't mad at him. I said, look at Wes's, you know, after beating all these women that he was with, and he decided, you know, he wanted men in his life. To each their own, right? I mean, like I said, he has priors of putting things up his ass. So it wasn't a situation where I was shocked. I was just like, oh, okay, maybe after that fucking No Jumper episode with Adam, you know, that was the catalyst right there. I noticed ever since that episode, Adam like wanted to do a scene, you know, on fucking YouPorn, and I noticed that this guy, you know, started wearing purses more often. To each their own. That's on them, right? But you know, for him to do what he did, and you notice everyone else on that panel, man, if you haven't watched it, I'm not going to show it. It's on Dub's channel. Go peep it out. The reason I'm not is because I get reported constantly, and someone might report, hey, they're stealing my content and this and that, and I don't want to go through the motions of that, you know. It constantly happens because people don't like someone who fucking just tells it the way it is. But to be honest with you guys and truthful, Wes is just a piece of shit, man. That's just what it is. He burns people. He yells at people. He bullies people. Full bully mode. You know, how you gonna bully a guy that ain't never been to prison? You're some high-powered, swole-ass motherfucker that went to the pen. You don't do civilians like that, man. You don't knock that man because that man don't have as much money in his pocket as you. What kind of person does that? See, that's the world we live in, where everything, the measuring stick is either clout or money. Man, I don't give a fuck. I don't care how much money Wes got. That don't make him harder than the next man. You know, that don't make him more cooler. Yeah, he could buy more things. You know, obviously, fucking, it seems like the more money he gets, the less money he spends on material for his pants because they look fucking sprayed on. His pants are now. He went from a large, medium to extra small to now spray on because he's on the spray. He's at the spray on aisle. Now he's just in the morning. He has fucking hairstylists for his hair plugs. And then he's yelling at the guy, I'm bald, motherfucker. I don't use hair plugs. Yeah, because there's fucking shit fell out. Hey, you didn't even have no grip or grasp for them to hold on to like in Vogue. Come on, man. Let's keep it real. Money will turn people funny. Money will turn people strange. If you remember Wes's very first videos when he was with Big Herc, the Panda Man, right? If you remember his very first videos, Wes was a little bit more humbled, wasn't screaming, was just telling his stories. But once he ran out of stories, he had to start telling other people's stories. And once he ran out of them stories, he found a way to manipulate people, because there was all kinds of people, all kinds of shallow ass guys with fucking, that want to see what it feels like to ram shit up their ass. They, Wes, how did you get so big? It's called steroids. It's called fucking whey. It's called go to Costco and get you some protein powder. Allegedly. I mean, it's called a lot of different things. What it ain't called is hard work. Yeah, he's in the gym. Yeah, he works out. Yeah, you can't just get it like that. You have to and then fucking do your thing. But life ain't all about just working out. Life ain't all about just having money. There's more to life than that. Life is enjoying your family, making memories, being a respectable person in the community, taking care of others around you, living wholesome. That's what it's about. Becoming one with your faith or your higher power. This is what it's all about. It ain't all about gang banging and prison and fucking telling war stories and all that, man. That's just for the birds, not the well guy. I'm gonna tell you right now, man, when it comes to fucking this dude, Wes Watson, he's a fraud, man. He's a fake, and that's what it is. And for him to treat people like that, he would have never, like Dub says, he would have never did that with a panel of ex-convicts. He would have never came out the chair. He'd have put his fucking seatbelt on, tightened it, and stood buckled up because he didn't want the airbag to pop in his face. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if he would have came at a whole bunch of ex-convicts like that, there's no way that he's going to talk like that. He only talks like that around people that he knows he could punk, or people that he believes are scared of him. He could bully. Nobody likes a bully. You notice when he was there with Adam, he got a little high-powered and crazy because he knows Adam ain't about shit. Adam talks to 16-year-olds. Adam ain't going to do shit to him. Adam's going to be like, right? But you see when he talked to Big Herc, he quieted his ass down because that big brother would have took his cornbread, right? You see when he talks to anyone who's ever been anywhere, man, his fucking pitch and tone of voice goes real low. But when he's around fucking little skinny dudes or dudes he thinks he can punk, all of a sudden he's spewing, spitting, and yelling and calling them all kinds of F words, right? Well, I'm here to tell you, for those of you that believe, and there's going to be a lot of people that defend him, you're just jealous of us. I'm not jealous of that big musclehead motherfucker. I can get big too if I want to go hit myself. I'm cool. I don't have to have a lot of money. I'm content with what I have. I have my children in my life. That's all I need, man. We're going to make it. We're going to make it, homie. We're striving and we're struggling, but we're going to make it. My measuring stick as a man is not how much money I have or how popular I am or the fucking, if I got the new Chanel man purse. My fucking measuring stick is if I get up every morning and go out there and put in that work, man, and toil in that soil, what I bring back I'm happy with. There it is there. With that being said, I just wanted to put that out there, man, because this motherfucker went full bully mode and bullied a civilian, someone who didn't deserve that. All because that dude's not been to prison, because that dude was out of shape. So what? Not everyone has the body structure. Not everyone could get that way. Wes was blessed with the frame and the structure to get big, man. So what? I'll pop his air balloon. So what? He doesn't intimidate no one. Oh, you wouldn't tell Wes that in his face. Nah, I tell him a lot of other shit, man. And I guess what? He'd seat his ass right there and listen to it. Ain't no one spooked. Ain't no one shook. Ain't no one tripping off him. But he needs to treat people with respect if he wants it. See, if Wes was a respectable person, he wouldn't have people coming at him or trying to expose him or all that, right? Well, I mean, they do that anyways. This is YouTube. And I'm not trying to expose him because he puts it out there on full display what he is. It's time people start calling him on his shit. He's been accused of a lot of things that I don't know to be true. A woman beater, all kinds of other things. The only thing I know is true. He's a fake fraud and he's a liar. We don't like chomos. We don't like Cheeto. He was over there with fucking Diddy like, take that, right? Come on. Been around the world and stop it. With that being said, I hope that you move smooth with a purpose. Get everything that you want coming. And remember, at the end of the day, it's all about hair plug for men. Wes, right? They're about the him and Adam and Carlos Boozer shit. They're doing too much, bro. They're about to use a whole bunch of Beijing, right? You ever see fucking Wes's beard? Beijing to the max. Look at me. I need to hit my just for men because I'm fucking on gray status, right? But that about he'd be going super Count Dracula Black, M45. Real talk. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive, struggle, and strive for what I truly and honestly believe in, and that's the betterment of all people. Treat others with respect like you want to be treated, man. Don't yell and scream at them because you got a little bit of money, because what goes up must come down. God giveth, and he taketh the fucketh away, quicketh. You know what I mean? Say that 3 times fast. I say, now trip out. Super Norteño, episode 4, season 2, coming out this afternoon. Be ready. Show. That's what Sheila said.